Purpose. A wide-winged bird of prey sweeps across the page with a fish clenched in its hooked beak, captured in crisp linework and dense feather detail. This narration keeps attention on the visible anatomy, textures, and dramatic silhouette that make the scene feel immediate, classic, and unmistakably alive. In this video, you're watching a raptor caught in a strong glide, wings thrown open while the body angles forward with intent. The left wing stretches high and wide, showing long primary feathers separated into clear blades, each marked with tidy interior hatching that follows the feather's length. Closer to the shoulder, the feathering stacks into tight, rounded layers that read like overlapping plates. On the right, the opposite wing lifts with shorter, denser feather rows, giving the far side a compressed, deeper look. The head turns forward with a focused eye, a defined brow ridge, and a heavy hooked beak gripping a fish that juts out ahead of the face. Beneath the body, both feet hang down, toes curled and claws sharply hooked, with small scale patterns etched along the legs. Behind, the tail fans into layered, tapered feathers that echo the wing shapes and keep the whole silhouette balanced. The subject is a large raptor-like bird shown mid-air at a three-quarter angle, built from bold outer contours and a dense field of feather shapes. Each wing is carefully segmented. Long outer feathers taper to pointed tips, while the inner wing becomes a quilt of smaller, rounded feathers that overlap in rows. Across the torso, the plumage is drawn as repeating scallops, with short strokes inside many feathers to suggest curvature and volume. Under the body, denser feather bands cluster near the legs, and the tail spreads into layered plumes with clean separations between each strand. The head is comparatively smooth, ringed by short, wispy neck feathers, and the eye is rendered with a clear iris, lid line, and a sharp highlight shape. The beak's upper hook wraps over the fish, which is drawn with its own textures: a round eye, gill markings, a dotted scale pattern along the body, and fins that flare away from the belly and back. The hanging feet and talons add emphasis with thick claws and defined toe joints, visually reinforcing the grip suggested by their curled posture. The background is intentionally empty, keeping all attention on the wingspan, the prey, and the clean negative space around the flight path. This composition is pen plot friendly because it relies on strong, continuous outlines for the wings, head, and tail, while reserving detail for controlled zones like the shoulder feathers, body rows, and the fish's texture. Hatching is used in long directional strokes that stay aligned to feather forms, which helps depth read clearly without solid fills. Repetition is consistent. The feather rows create predictable shapes that can be plotted cleanly while still feeling rich and organic. The large open margins around the figure reduce visual clutter and make the silhouette pop even when viewed small. Exact species for the bird and fish are unknown, and no setting or location is shown.